Meanwhile,
Travelers from the Philippines can once again discover Bohol's
Good morning, Philippines! Maayong buntag o bayanos! United Kingdom's Alpha variant and South Africa Beta variants and Theta variants of COVID-19 has been detected in Bohol. And we have Angel Bertero for more details.
Governor Artiab confirmed in a statement the presence of the 3 variants that have infected some of the COVID-19 patients in Bohol. Based on the findings of the Field Genetic Center, some subsamples showed the presence of Alpha variant, which was first detected in the UK, Beta variants first detected in South Africa, and Theta variant. Because of this, there will be no more home quarantine allowed for those found positive with COVID-19. And those first generation should be taken swab samples for PCR testing. As of Friday, Central Visayas recorded 8,295 active cases. As of yesterday, there are 1,164 COVID-19 cases in the province. Tagbilaran, Carmen, Inabanga, Dawis, Gindulman, and Kandihay are still in the top 6 areas with the highest numbers of COVID-19 cases. Citizens are advised to follow the health protocols, especially in the said municipalities, and if possible, to stay at home. Again, these are the symptoms of COVID-19: fever, dry cough, sore throat, tiredness, aches and pains, diarrhea, conjunctivitis, headaches, loss of taste or smell, skin rashes, and difficulty in breathing. Whenever you have these serious symptoms, don't hesitate to call a doctor for checkups and isolate yourself immediately. This is Angel Bertero for Seoul News.
Bohol's countryside tourist attractions are once again open to visitors from the Philippines. Before visiting the Bohol, the Interagency Task Force on Emerging Infectious Diseases has issued a set of guidelines and tourist requirements. Arjun Marpayot will go over for more details.
Travelers from the Philippines can once again discover Bohol's countryside attractions and beaches. But with the threat of COVID-19 pandemic, the Interagency Task Force on Emerging Infectious Diseases has announced a set of guidelines and tourist requirements to comply before you make your trip to the home of the Chocolate Hills.
Bohol is open to residents and domestic tourists as long as they have a valid negative RT-PCR test or saliva RT-PCR test from the Philippine Red Cross result taken not earlier than 72 hours prior date of travel and fulfill the necessary requirements of the province. Senior citizens and minors are allowed to enter Bohol as per Executive Order No. 53. Domestic tourists can only enter Bohol via the Bohol Panglao International Airport or other ports of entry like the Tagbilaran City Port.
All residents and domestic tourists must wear face masks, face shields, wash hands regularly, and practice proper social distancing, especially in the public establishments. This is to help reduce the risk of community transmission of COVID-19 disease. For truth and accuracy, Arjun Marpayot, Seoul Daily News.
Philippines receives 3.2 million vaccines donated by the U.S. government through the COVAX facility. Kylie May Balani has the news.
Yes, Ms. Ochea, thank you. The Philippines received today an initial delivery of over 1.6 million doses of Johnson & Johnson vaccine from the United States government through the COVAX facility. A second delivery expected to arrive on July 27, 2021, which will complete the second donation of around 3.2 million doses.
The deliveries are part of global vaccine sharing strategy by the US government, which aims to provide at least 80 million vaccine doses to countries most affected by the pandemic. According to Secretary of Health Francisco Tidoque III, these vaccines from the COVAX facility would be given to our senior citizens who are at risk for severe COVID-19 and deaths. These single-dose vaccines would help fully vaccinate more of our lolos and lolas and increase coverage among the age priority group. By fully vaccinating them, we could hopefully reduce hospitalization. Kaya naman po inaayahayahan ko ang ating mga lolo at lola na magpabakuna na laban sa COVID-19.
Meanwhile, there are 109,736 residents in Bohol province who are now fully vaccinated of COVID-19 vaccine according total of 8,489 COVID-19 cases and 119 deaths since the pandemic broke out last year.
As of July 14, around 10 million Filipinos have received the first dose of COVID-19 vaccine and 4 million have completed the second dose.
The priority is our frontliners. The 50% that will be dedicated for the government will be given to the priority sectors and particularly our health workers and our poor and vulnerable communities.
As of July 14, the Provincial Health Office said there were 60,896 health workers, 30,159 senior citizens, 12,755 persons with comorbidities, and 5,936 essential workers fully vaccinated. At least 145,312 vaccines were received by the province.
For truth and accuracy, this is Kalime Balani, Seoul Daily News.
A video group called Younger Educators went viral and received praises and comments from the netizens as they showcased their kindness by organizing a community pantry in Dubai. Arjun Marpayot has the news.
The Youth Peer Educator of Ubay Bohol leads its way to organize a community pantry amidst the time of uncertainties.
May buntag na itong tanan sa Ubayanon, kung kita itong gustong mahatag pa sa kanana ay bisan pag ginagpo or ginagmay, andam kaming mudawat kaming THQ Youth Fair Educator sa inyong mga kanana ay grasya nga inyong ipaambit ka na mo karon kita mo pa ang atong second wave sa community pantry. Kaya salamat ug may adlaw ka atong tanan.
Kanang naikuan lang, distansya lang palihog.
Si Jose mo ikasulti sir. Jose mo ikasulti sir.
During this pandemic, a simple act of kindness can lift up anyone's spirits, and you hold the power to make someone's day with some small but selfless act. For truth and accuracy, Arjun Marpayot, Seoul Daily News.
The newly crowned beauty queens at the 57th edition of the Binibini Pilipinas 2021 look back at what transpired the Sunday's pageant as they get ready to represent the country in the international competitions this year.
Yes, Ms. Angelato, the Binibini Pilipinas Beauty Pageant is a project of Binibini Pilipinas community. It is a non-profit organization founded by its chair, Mrs. Chela Marquez Aranita. It is a fundraising activity for projects that would benefit orphans, indigent families, and other less fortunate members here in the Philippines. You create beauty with your attitude, your behavior, your actions. For truth and accuracy, Giancarlo Pidupalco, Seoul Daily News.
Up next, voters' registration for the upcoming election during the pandemic. And the latest updates of the national IM. All of that more when we come back after the short break.
This short break is brought to you by BSED, your all-time school in Ubay. Making your dreams into reality. And they offer a variety of courses such as you can also avail scholarships like TES and CPG and a lot more to offer. They encourage students to participate both academic and non-academic activities.
Be part of our community. One school, one team, in making a big difference.
You are still watching Seoul Daily News, Presidential Survey Updates. Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio is the top bid of Filipino for president. According to the survey 2021, Rona Melirin has the dates.
The Philippine presidential and vice presidential elections of 2022 are scheduled to be held on Monday, May 9, 2022, as part of the year's general election. This will be the 17th direct presidential elections in the Philippines since 1935 and the 7th centennial presidential election since 1986. Meanwhile, President Duterte and Dumaguso have the list of preferred candidates for vice president, 18% and 14% respectively. For truth and accuracy, this is Rona Melirin, Seoul Daily News.
Let us know the process of voters registration for the upcoming election during this pandemic. For more details of this news, we have here Miss Jeannie Lim to you. Miss Jeannie Lim.
Time of pandemic, the government seeking for the safety of the people in this election 2022 was decided to have an online registration. The Comelec also agreed with this matter as long as it is for the goodness and safety of the people. How to register in the online registration? Here are the preparations. Make sure to hold on onto your receipt and keep it in the safe place. This is to acknowledge that you have applied on the online registration. For truth and accuracy, Jenny Tuyogon, Seoul Daily News.
The local government unit of the municipality of Bubay continues to cater its services to its local citizens for the national ID registration. Julian Akyat will give us the complete details.
As of now, July 15, 2021, it has only 60,898 Rubayanos who completed their state registration of Philippine Identification System. This number of registrants had their demographic information validated and biometric data collected in Registration Center of Bubay, Bohol since January 2021.
Ms. Akyat, how many registrants have successfully registered in the entire municipality of Bubay, and what are the steps and requirements needed for the registration?
Hello, Ms. Bubay. As of now, July 15, 2021, it has only 60,898 Rubayanos registrants who completed their state registration of Philippine Identification System. This number of registrants had their demographic information validated and biometric data collected in Registration Center of Bubay, Bohol since January 2021.
The PSA continuously ramps up its Step 2 registration operation with the local and barangay level units. The registration operations are adhering and encouraged to follow the health and safety protocols guidelines set by the Interagency Task Force Management. For those who does not register yet, just follow the 3 steps and present your original copy of at least one of the following written requirements on the screen.
For truth and accuracy, Julian Akat, Seoul Daily News.
Since it is July, the month of nutrition, the NCC Technical Committee has approved the theme of this year, Malnutrition Labanan First 1,000 Days Tutukan during its meeting on March 5, 2021. For more updates, we have Mr. Elmer Aligarbes. Mr. Elmer?
Yes, Tupalco, this year's Nutrition Month theme is out. The National Nutrition Council Technical Committee has approved the theme for the year's Nutrition Month campaign. Malnutrition patuloy na labanan, first 1,000 days tutukan. During its online meeting on 5 March 2021, they also considered the limited implementation of Republic Act 11148 or the Kalusugan at Nutrisyon ng Magnanay Act of 2018, which mandates the scaling up of interventions and services in the first 1,000 days. The National Nutrition Council Technical Committee deliberated on 4 options for the Nutrition Month theme, which also included nutrition literacy, nutrition resilience, and wasting. The 2021 Nutrition Month theme calls for continued efforts to address malnutrition in the country, which is expected to worsen as a result of the pandemic and limited resources for nutrition. The theme calls for all sectors to focus efforts on the first 1,000 days of life as the strategic intervention to prevent stunting and obesity.
Ito sa Songway Elementary School ay nakikisa at sumusuporta sa pagdiriwang ng Nutrition Month 2021 na may temang Malnutrition, Patuloy na Labanan, First 1,000 Days Tutukan.
The focus on the first 1,000 days was also the recommendation of the Regional Nutrition Program coordinators of NNC who saw the need of further advocate for the first 1,000 days, especially among local government units. For truth and accuracy, Elmer Aligarbes, Seoul Daily News.
Now for a weather update. Our satellite images shows that there is an improved weather conditions over Luzon after experiencing heavy rains last few days. On the other hand, there are some cloudiness over eastern Visayas and eastern Mindanao due to the rain bands of low pressure area that is currently outside the Philippine area of responsibility. No worries because, based on our forecast models, the LPA will not develop into a full tropical cyclone. Southwest monsoon or habagat still continues to affect the country by being isolated to light rains over the areas of extreme northern Luzon, Ilocos region, Zambales, and Bataan. While for the rest of the country, isolated thunderstorms are still expected, especially in the late afternoon or early evening. Now for the fun fact and trivia. Did you know that TikTok means are named after the sound their container makes?
In 1970, Ferrero was looking to replace refreshing mints as the name of its now iconic Minnie Mouth fresheners. Instead of going with a similarly straightforward approach, the brand says the name we all know now was inspired by the tick and the tack sounds heard when you open and close the little plastic container the mints come in.
For truth and accuracy, Arjun Mark Payot, Seoul Daily News. Up next, DepEd proposes dates for opening for school year 2021 to 2022.
Nung sabi ko, mapag-aaralan ko naman po.
And 2020 Tokyo Olympics will now open and not be cancelled despite surging COVID-19 cases in Japan. More stories to be revealed after this short break.
Looking for a companion in your adventure? The one that can make you smile? The one that gives you comfort and joy? The one that takes away your thirst and hunger for satisfaction? Orocan, this is what you need for happiness. It is affordable, durable, and lightweight. You can take it anytime, anywhere, and store anything in it. Orocan, your companion in life's wonderful journey.
You're still watching Seoul Daily News. DepEd proposes dates for opening of school year 2021 to 2022. For more details, Edsel Boiler has the news.
The Department of Education, DepEd, said on Wednesday, June 23, it was proposing to President Rodrigo Duterte 3 dates for the opening school year 2021-2022. The dates being eyed on August 23, September 6, or September 13. According to DepEd, we will release the final school calendar for school year 2021-2022 once we get the final approval of the President. August 23 was included in the options because Republic Act number 7977, also known as an act, that lengthened the school calendar from 200 days to not more than 220 class days. The school year shall start on the 1st of June, but not later than the last day of August. But in July 2020, Duterte signed Republic Act number 11480 that gives him the power to open school later than August during the state of emergency, including the pandemic. This law was applied when Duterte decided to move the school opening date last year from August 24 to October 5. If classes will open on August 23, students would only have 6 weeks of breaks, shorter than usual 2 months classes for the current school year will end on July 10. Edsel S. Buelas, Seoul Daily News for truth and accuracy.
Bohol Northern Star College eyes opening of classes this coming August 9. And we have Miss Christina Katubay for more updates.
Good day everyone. We are now in Bohol Northern Star College, the one and only college institution in Ubay, Bohol. As the academic year 2021-2022 is about to start, Bohol Northern Star College once again opens its doors to the aspiring students of the municipality of Ubay and from other places. Enrollment has started in the first week of July and still ongoing.
Walk-in applicants are welcome but are highly encouraged to follow the safety protocols. The school administration also shows support to the statement of Prosper Rivera III, Chair of the Commission on Higher Education or CHED, in which he stated on Friday, May 21, that the Commission has already issued a policy stating that the flexible learning system will remain in school year 2021 and onwards. Rivera highlighted this during his presentation at the Center for Strategy, Enterprise and Intelligence's Educating Our Children in the New Normal webinar. Rivera previously stated that universities and colleges are allowed to choose the most effective mode for them. Following to this statement, Bohol Northern Star College administrators decide to use both modes of learning to ensure the learning efficacy of the students. They are also willing to hold face-to-face classes if necessary with the permission from the COVID-19 Interagency Task Force.
Classes are set to start in August 9, 2021 and is applicable to all levels. For truth and accuracy, Maria Cristina Katubay, Seoul Daily News.
President Rodrigo Duterte and DepEd Secretary Leonor Briones respond on the controversial issue regarding the World Bank statements on the Philippine education system. For more updates, we have Ms. Angela Atu.
I'm now here to report the statements of the World Bank, Secretary Leonor Briones, and of course our beloved Mr. President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Let us hear their views with regards to the concerns of the education of our young learners.
So we would like the public to be aware of this. And since the country was insulted, was shamed, and so on, we expect and look forward to a public apology. Lalo na yung di pag...
I learned that the World Bank has apologized and has taken down its recent report on the state of student learning outcomes of well-being in the Philippines. Well, I would not want to begrudge World Bank, but ito mga international bodies working on the problems of the world should be very careful in their statistics.
For truth and accuracy, this is Angela Atok, Seoul Daily News.
Bohol Northern Star College, one of the beneficiaries of TES program or the Tertiary Educational Subsidy from CHED. The Commission on Higher Education announced the delayed release of cash assistance amid COVID-19 pandemic. For more detailed updates, this to be reported by Ms. Mona Lisa Mim, who is now in the other lab.
Tertiary Educational Subsidy Program from CHED that helps thousands of college students in the Philippines. For truth and accuracy, Lady Mona Lisa Miel, Seoul Daily News.
The 2020 Summer Olympics are scheduled to take place between the 23rd of July and 8th of August. Kaidemi Balane has the news.
Yes, Miss Kathleen, Seiko Shimoda, the head of Tokyo Olympics, was again forced to assure the world that the postponed games will open a few weeks from now and not be cancelled despite surging COVID-19 cases in Japan.
The 2020 Summer Olympic Games are scheduled to take place between July 23 and August 8, and the Paralympic Games between August 24 and September 5 on venues. Most events will be in the Greater Tokyo area, although some football games and the marathon will take place in the northern city of Sapporo. International athletes and support staff will be tested before departure and on arrival.
For truth and accuracy, this is Kalami Balani, Seoul Daily News.
Former Gilas Pilipinas coach Raiko Toroman has no doubt that the Philippine basketball is in good hands after seeing the young squad compete in the FIBA Asia Cup 2021 qualifiers. Elmer Aligarbas has the details.
The success of all immature lineup and possibly open a new path for the national squad, which is usually borrows players from the PBA for international competitions such as FIBA. For truth and accuracy, this is Elmar Aligarbes, Seoul Daily News.
Philippines is a beautiful country to visit, but what made it more interesting is the Filipinos' exceptional love for food. With Jocelyn Labandria, take it away.
Filipino Day consists of 3 meals, all of which consist of at least 3 cups of rice. In spite of this, they still enjoying eating snacks in between meals, and this is where street food comes in. Today, we are here at Ubay Supermarket, wherein there are a lot of street foods that are waiting for you to taste. Street foods consist of ready-to-eat foods or drinks sold by a hawker or vendor in a street or other public places such as market or fair. It's often sold in a portable food booth, food cart, or food truck and meant for immediate consumption. Street foods are regional, but many have spread beyond their region of origin. Most street foods are classified as both finger food and fast foods and are typically cheaper than our restaurant meals. They have kwek-kwek, isaw, fish balls, squid balls, banana cue, turon, kikiam, chicken skin, and many more that will make you satisfied. For truth and accuracy, Jocelyn Labandria, Seoul Daily News.
Up next, 2 suspected drug dealers were killed in a bypass operation in Cebu City, and a 17-year-old girl was gang raped by 8 men in Ubay, Bohol. All of that more when we come back after a short break.
Somewhere in Bohol, in the municipality of Ubay, a paradise is located. Welcome to the Fascination Farm, home of the dragons. This land was planted with about 7,000 dragon fruits with 150 of its kind, where people can visit and pick some for themselves. With a very much affordable price and a spectacular view, no wonder this dragon fruit farm is visited by local and non-local tourists every day. So what are you waiting for? Come and visit us here at Purok City, Sitio Palayan, Tipolo, Ubay, Bohol, or just send us your orders. For inquiries, dial 0905-249-1362. Come on now, because our dragons are waiting for you. here at the Fascination Farm, home of the dragons.
You're still watching Insolvent News. Hot issue. A 17-year-old student was gang raped and assaulted by the 8th man as she was about to go home from school. This issue is to be reported by Miss Rojo, who is now on the other line. Live at Dubai. Miss Rojo?
Yes, Miss Balani, I am here now on the crime scene where the gang rape was happening. This is just a few blocks away from their house and suspected that it was all planned by the 8 men, according to the gathered evidences. A brutal attacker raped a 17-year-old girl as she walked along a dark street. She was naked and crying, toppled out of a gray sedan. The man approached from being and dragged her behind the house in a terrifying assault at Poblacion Ubay, Bohol. Police believe that 8 men was drunk and they planned to rape the girl, according to the gathered evidences. The vicious rapist struck as the woman walked along Poblacion Street between 11:50 p.m. on Monday night. The investigation team of Ubay bringing this man to justice in a very difficult circumstances. A much smaller data set from the Department of Social Welfare and Development showed that nearly half year involved children younger than 14 years old. For truth and accuracy, Flora Miss Rojo.
Meanwhile, in Cebu City, 2 suspected drug dealers were killed in a buy-bust operation and seized 22 kilograms of shabu. For more details of this news, we have here Miss Noki Cagas. Miss Noki?
2 suspected drug dealers were killed in a buy-bust operation and seized from them some 22 kilograms of shabu here in Cebu City. Chief General Ugundo said that they get their supply of illegal drugs from a Muslim known as Batikul, who is also a bodeguero of a certain Chinese national. They are both well-known drug proliferators in Region 4 and other nearby provinces. For truth and accuracy, Snoki C. Cagas, Seoul Daily News.
2 critically injured in motorcycle collision at Poblacion Ubay, Bohol. For more update, this to be reported by Miss Amethyst Ochea, who is now in the other line. Miss Amethyst.
Many people are riding motorcycles as a result of rising gasoline prices and increased traffic. Unfortunately, as the popularity of motorcycle grows, so does the number of motorcycle accidents.
In Poblacion Ubay, Bohol, a man and a woman were badly injured when their motorcycle collided with another motorcycle on Friday afternoon. About 2 p.m., the 22-year-old guy was riding a Baja motorcycle in the junction lane in Poblacion with a 21-year-old lady as a passenger when a Honda Wave collided with them. Both of them were flung off while wearing helmets. They were in critical condition as of that day. None of the people involved have yet been identified.
The crash remains under investigation. For truth and accuracy, Amethyst Ochea, Seoul Daily News.
Palayan Valley in Tibolo, Bohol. The most awaited destination offers for traveling considered as Valley of Batanes. Its tranquil and sultry atmosphere located in Ubay area, known for its verdant and meadows place. It's good for hiking and making trip together with a companion. Miss Kathleen Ato has the news.
Most of us who enjoy traveling consider Batanes to be one of our bucket list destinations. Its tranquil and soothing atmosphere is only matched by its remote location, which is essentially at the country's northernmost point. More than that, the open and verdant Valley of Batanes is a popular incentive for travelers to visit. While it is rather far away, particularly for those in Visayas and Mindanao regions, a location in Bohol, the Palayan Valley in Tipolo, Ubay matches the vibes of Batanes.
Palayan Valley is an open valley in Ubay known for its verdant meadows that resemble those of inhabiting Batanes tourist destination. This location is ideal for hikes. The natural splendor of the valley provides a soothing atmosphere, making the trip worthwhile once more. Mesmerizing Palayan Valley is a sight that few people are aware of since the step is protected by the locals as part of their environmental commitments. There is no entrance fee. The
truth and accuracy, Captain Atuk, Seoul Daily News.
That was the news of truth and accuracy from Seoul Broadcasting Network. We're hoping everyone is in good condition. This is Seoul Daily News.